Good morning, yogis. Here we've got Bandit with us again. Never know how long he's going to stay with me. And I have another pre-run warm-up, Yin warm-up. I'm not going to talk too much before we get into this. I will link up the other one that I've done that's a bit longer where I talk a bit more. So let's get right down to it, and we're going to start off in child's pose. Come to the tabletop position on your mat. I'm going to have my legs together. Feel free to have your legs wide out. But our next move will also have our legs together, so that may work for you. So just come to a tabletop position and then slowly sink your glutes down to your heels. Forearms are stretching forward. Head is yearning down towards the mat. Maybe it's touching the mat, but this is our first move, so you may not be quite that flexible yet. You might be a little stiff, and that's exactly why we're doing this. Cow pose is a very calming, grounding, centering pose. Great to do in the morning and in the evening before you go to sleep. Let's go again. Head and get back into a tabletop position. And pull your toes under. I'm going to reach back. My ankles are really stiff, so I find I need to bring those toes forward a little bit. We're trying to get them heels over toes, basically. And then we are going to slowly walk towards our legs, trying to make sure that our feet aren't coming out like this, and I don't think they'd be bowing in. But having them straight up and down. Getting a nice stretch across your fascia, helping to prevent plantar fasciitis. And maybe you come up onto your knees now, keep your shoulders relaxed. Slowly coming up straight. Trying to get a nice straight spine. A couple more breaths here. And then back into your tabletop position. Tops of the feet come back down on the floor. And then you're just going to sit back on those heels again, except this time you're coming up straight. And you should feel a really nice stretch across your shins, across your quads, across your ankles. Just warming up all those areas that need to be supple and flexible for our run. Take a couple breaths. And then slowly begin to walk your hands behind you. Letting your knees come up off the mat if that's available to you. And giving our ankles a bigger stretch. Only coming to that position where you're feeling that stretch, but you're not feeling any strain, you're not feeling any pain. It could be deeper than I'm going, it could be less deep. Whatever is right for you for today. And come back up. Let's once again move into our tabletop position. Take your left foot and bring it to the outside of your left hand. And you have options here. You can just hang out just like this, and it's going to get a nice stretch into your hip flexor, your psoas muscle, or you can bring your foot up and let it fall out to the side, let your hip fall out to the side. And also get a little bit of a hip stretch here. You let your hip fall out, bring it back in. Slowly come back up. Bring that foot back to meet the other foot. Maybe walk your hands back under your shoulders and then bring the right foot out. So your hands are on the inside of your feet. And again, same options. You could also have your hands on blocks here, if that's comfortable for you. You can come down to your forearms. But we're not really warm, so you need to get a little more. We need more time to warm up enough for you to do that. Bring your foot up and let your hips fall out. Should feel really good. I know it feels good for me. Couple more breaths. Let your hips fall open. Bring it back in. More length out of your spine, maybe on an inhale. Exhale. Bring that foot back. And then just come over onto one hip. Bring your left foot forward. And your right leg comes, you know what, let me switch that up so you can see what I'm doing. Your right foot is stretched out in front of you, bend it. I need you to move just a little bit, buddy. And your left leg is bent at the knee. Your heel is as close to your leg and your hip as you can get it. And then we're just going to slowly begin to reach our head back. Couple deep breaths here. Maybe you come down to your elbows. Once again, though, we're not super warm, so you shouldn't be going as deep as is possible for you right away. And then just kind of drop onto your side as you slowly come back up, and we switch legs. Left leg goes forward, right leg bends, and just at first begin to bend your elbows, thinking long body, relax your shoulders. Slowly coming down to your elbows if that's available to you, or further if that's available to you. You should be feeling a really nice stretch across the quads again. And if you find them tightening up, just send some breath there, imagining a fist that's opening up. A couple more breaths. And slowly rock over towards your right side. Slowly prop yourself up. I'm going to turn to the long end of the mat so you can see what I'm doing, going into deer pose. So right leg, shin is parallel to the long end of the mat. Left leg, shin is parallel to the short end of the mat. And you can just hang out straight here, or you can move over towards the side, coming down to your forearms. Coming over to the side, you're twisting and you're compressing your stomach a little bit, and that could help get things moving. We runners like that. And look down at the mat. A nice stretch on our hips here. And slowly begin to walk your hands back up towards your body. And of course, we have to come to the second side. First, get a nice straight back. Let those shoulders relax. And then if you'd like, walk over towards your left side. Maybe come down to your forearms. Maybe come down all the way if that's available to you. Walk your palms back towards your body. Pushing forward a little bit on your mat. We're going to come and lay down. Slowly, carefully, down onto your elbows. All the way down. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Just let your lower back loosen up. Maybe on an inhale, you push your knees away a little. Exhale, bring them in closer. Again, we're compressing the stomach. That can help move things along. Come to stillness. Bring the soles of your feet back down to the mat. Slowly roll over to one side. Carefully come on up. Either Lola. Come back into a tabletop position. We're almost done, hey baby. Yeesh baby. Curl the toes of your feet under, and this time we're going to come up into a down dog. Ears level with your biceps. Legs bent. And let's just bend one knee, straighten the other leg, and switch back and forth. You should feel a really nice stretch in your calves. I have chronically tight calves. This is called walking your dog. I do that with these guys every single day unless the weather's really bad. Gets me out of the house. And dogs love it. You know, a backyard, just being in the backyard, it's not the same thing as going for a walk, seeing people, seeing dogs, sniffing new things. And come to stillness with both legs as straight as is possible for you right now. You can have your knees bent a lot, it's fine. And just send a little breath down to those calves. Go ahead and drop your knees down to the mat, tops of the feet on the mat, and one last time, let's come into child's pose. This time take your knees wide if you'd like to. You can also have them together. Or come to the mat if possible. Bend your elbows. Take your index fingers and your thumbs together, kind of a diamond shape with your arms. Just take a couple of deep breaths here to close out our practice. I hope that you're feeling a little looser than you were when you started. Feel free as you do this video to pause and do these moves longer. I'm just really trying to give you a short warm-up. I know when I'm going to run, I know I need to do a warm-up. It seems like I'm always in a rush these days to beat the heat, and so it might be just 5 minutes, and I know this is longer than 5 minutes. And then let's slowly begin to come up, walk your hands back through your body, coming into an easy seated position. No extra poses today. We are all done. You are ready to run. Although I really suggest if you're going to run, do a little foam rolling before you run as well. All of this just helps loosen up the muscles, helps getting blood into your muscles, and it helps prevent injury. That's the real reason we do these warm-ups. Enjoy your run, your walk, your workout. I'm so happy to practice with you today. Namaste.